Now we come to this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. And what a lifetime achievement. To tell us more, the Prime Minister, David Cameron.
Hi, Carol, and everyone at the Pride of Britain Awards. I am deep under Whitehall in the Cabinet War Rooms. This is the secret bunker where Winston Churchill directed our defence against Hitler during the darkest days of the Second World War. Now, it might be 70 years since the Battle of Britain, but down here it feels like it was only yesterday when this country stood alone against fascism. Hitler's plan was to take control of the skies above Britain before launching a land invasion across the Channel. There was one thing he hadn't bargained for, and that was the brave young recruits of the Royal Air Force who stood in his way. They were seriously outnumbered and heavily outgunned with limited flying experience, but these young men, some of them still in their teens, jumped into their Spitfires and their Hurricanes and fought off the Luftwaffe. From a young age, I've been completely in awe of them. Some, like Flight Lieutenant William Walker, who went into action after just 5 hours of training in his Spitfire. 2 months later, he was shot down over the Channel and was suffering from hypothermia when he was rescued by a fishing boat and taken to a welcome of cheering crowds at Ramsgate Harbour. Or Tom Ginger Neal, who was just 20 and flew 141 combat missions in his Hurricane, shooting down 13 enemy aircraft. To this day, he still says, "I should have been killed a dozen times." On the ground, mechanics and engineers, men of the Observer Corps, telephone repairmen and brave women in the Auxiliary Air Force all did their bit to support them and hold back wave after wave of invading bombers. Through 16 hard weeks of fighting, nearly 3,000 RAF fighter pilots took to the skies, showing unbelievable courage in the face of adversity. 544 would never come home, but all would be remembered. Those daring men and women of 1940, the Battle of Britain aircrew, they proved that Hitler could be defeated. They gave us our finest hour. They protected our island from imminent invasion, and our whole country owes them the most enormous debt of gratitude.
The gratitude of every home in our island, in our empire, and indeed throughout the world, except in the abodes of the guilty,
goes out to the British airmen who, undaunted by the odds,
unwearied in their constant challenge
and mortal danger,
are turning the tide of the World War.
By their prowess
and by their devotion,
never in the field of human conflict
has so much
been owed
by so many
to so few.
Please welcome on stage those magnificent men, 18 of the surviving heroes of the Battle of Britain. To the Chairman of the Battle of Britain Fighter Association. I want to talk to another gentleman. Are you Ginger? Tom Neal? Tom, just tell us about your experiences during the Battle of Britain.
Well, I don't think any of us here regard ourselves as heroes. We are survivors. In the 16 weeks of the Battle of Britain, we lost 550 chaps killed, about 650 badly wounded. They're the heroes. And if you're wounded or were wounded, you carried your scars to the end of your life. It was quite an experience.
And William, how was it to lose so many friends?
It was something that you just had to take in your stride. It was no good, you couldn't dwell on it indefinitely.
You were shot down twice, was that right?
No, once was enough.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, their Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall, and our Lifetime Achievement Award winners,